We have one of the finest female lawyers. Take Mrs. Sori, Fatmata Sori. You know, we have we have very good judges. You know, you take Mrs. Wright, take my own niece, Alice Koroma. These are very good lawyers. You understand? You have justice writes them. These are good judges. You know, and these are female. So when they put their mind to something, they get it done and get it done well because they want, great outputs. Our problem is bringing more women into politics. And because they run away from the course. I'm telling you, not that they're not able to do it. They're able to do it, able to perform, that the course they run away from. Even when you have a deputy, female minister working with a minister that is a man, she's always having problems, except you have to be very, very strong. Because if the man wants to intimidate her, if you come and say, this woman, just to bring this man business to me, now what he wants me, I have gone through this issue.
Wow.
Where I want to put the foot down for me, right? Now because he wants me. You look at somebody, you look at the person, say, this person is a real actual brother to me. But because you're fighting against him for something that you don't believe in, and you want to make it see the right path, you become the prostitute. You become this. You become that. But all we can say is make more women come into politics. We need more women for making changes. Let us quickly go back to the COVID. The countries where get woman presidency and then perform better than countries with male presidents. I mean, it's on record. You can go back again and go just go Germany, out. Exactly. Right across all the countries that will succeed, where under the COVID, they are all female presidents.
I think probably it has to do with the nurturing side of women.
Exactly, like O'Brien. They run homes. They know how to take care of home. And so that's why they're able to take care of a government. Because they see a government like their own house. They see the people in the country as their own picking. So if I can run a home properly, I might as well come out and help out to make her able to run, the entire country. So that's why they always have, good results. The outputs are always good. People always say, take Germany. You just spoke about Germany. Look at the wonderful that woman.
Yeah.
Look how strong the economy is. Take it the left, look how it is. Let's go back to Margaret Thatcher. By the way, we have the same birthday.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
But look how strong she was. The thing about you want to read about Margaret Thatcher, the thing without money go through. And make Rabate and the Queen of Lobo. Because it's always problem with woman and woman find themselves, on the same level, always problems a day. But she was determined. And in determination make it succeed in the UK. So I just want to make more women in commons and come at the platform. Forget about which name they will call you. Forget about say, they're not there for long. Where I talk the me, tell me say men wait. You know the wait, my ladies. Come out and fight. Because we know that the more we have women, the more the country develops. The more we have women, the more people able to understand the problem of the country. Because you know how you begin and they cry. You know which parts of the pain them. Because you know Kumbra. And that is why women are always good when you put them in a position of trust.
Thank you very much for the answer. I just want to bring your attention to something very. I mean, it's all in the public domain. To be honest, we say 2002 during the election, you brought red back to Kono, or at least you helped and assisted for bringing red back to Kono, and we see waiting at the lead to. And now they have been, with your help, with your devotion, with your commitment, it's been steady developing, bringing red to Kono. Okay. And now, when it comes into the 2023 elections, everybody they call Kono the swing states in the so-called in American time. So now we have to do better in Kono, probably than we did in 2018. So it was so great since 2002. What we go able to do, or what you go able to do, because we cannot talk about Kono without calling Diana Konomani. We cannot talk about it without calling you And it is going to be, a battleground, as I can see. But who believes, say, with you and your team, because it takes a team, not you one, it takes like, your deputy, Honorable Kakai, you and your team, but what are we able to do for help we gain or continue for gain this relevance, gain the people of Kono when it comes to this election?
We already don't gain Kono. You see, do people that could make up. We lost Kono 2018. Maybe God be once made the Kono people didn't see the difference between the APC and the SLP. When Koroma came power, we all know how we rode into Kwedu town meeting. Dr. by Koroma came, they give me road. The township road. All other districts get 99 kilometers.
Wow.
Kono get 22 kilometers.
It's like almost
some other areas, some other districts, and we get 15, 18. We got 22. Township road, altar, well planned. And again, I'll give that to my father for planning the city of Koroma. Bless his soul today. The work when Dr. Anes by Koroma work, they give me light. And everybody knows that the water system was in the pipeline. And I believe that when this government came, the SLP government came, they meet up that the source was supposed to come before come out from Ikoma. Remember, in chiefdom. That is the source of water supply before come out. And when you look at that time and you look at now, so it gives the Kono people the opportunity for weighing the two. So you need not say much. On the other platform, I don't like saying much about what happened, but again, it gave the Kono people opportunity for say, oh, we listened to a story that was not true, and so we gave a protest vote. So today, it is coming out and the light say the story where we listened against Dr. Anes by Koroma was actually not true. On the contrary, Dr. Anes Koroma gets Kono attacked. You get wife there, you get picking them from there, you understand? And he gets special likeness for Kono district. And that is why he turned and he looked and walked this kind of work in Kono. Shegbema and Mikailam district and Kono district on one side of the way, Dr. Anes by Koroma really focused. And when we did last week, now this baby will be going with Dr. Samwaka, my sister, died. Now, a day we did, I called again my women. Say, hey, you know what? No election, they come. I need to come and talk to the people. Today being Saturday, I will call on Monday. Trust me, that was all I said to them.
So they organize all things.
And you saw it now.
Well, what do you mean for Duma?
What do you
mean for Duma?
You understand? 2002, now me and woman they bring red Kanakono. Now me and woman they bring red Kanakono. My women, this same woman they were to tell you what so. I only had one Mercedes Benz, 190. They will sit on top. And I was the driver, by the way. The man and go watch me. This became I beg wait. Now this way they can't do it. Then go to say the pull pour on and do for me. Now I say, this time papa the business. I don't want to forget involved in. But so for me, me not believe saying that it's fearful. See when we so respect Komon and do so. As far as I'm concerned, it get time when they come out. Also the service when they come out. Woman then when I let me go. It was a tough fight. It was a tough fight. And so that is why today I command the respect way the elders that they give me. Because I wanted Kono for it in the limelight. And they did not see it at that time. But when we came to power, and they see how Kono comes, those where they listen, you understand? That way of foresight, they say, this person we fit was not about her. Because to tell you the truth, I had it all when I was coming out. Everybody know. You understand? I come up from a good family. So I did not do it because I wanted the money.
Just for help.
On the contrary, let's say they don't reflect. I don't sell boat. I mean, they sell boat. All rehabilitation that took place after the war, I supplied those timbers to all the NGOs that were coming in. Okay. So it was not about coming into power for money. And that again, I doff my hats to the leaders, to the APC, to we big one them, the Dr. Anes by Koroma, Paya Saleh them, Mikhail Masami them. because they know what's a pull APC na Kono. So what's even they say with the left power. So these are people that will always listen to me. I'll come to them, please, sir. I have to come first for this person. When I give this person social position for me, sir, they will help me, for carrying some responsibility. And bless them. Thanks to them, they listen to me. And most Kono people, the way they talk, oh, I am this, I am that, they self no at the effort. The only Konoman that was with me at that time, even though instead of being in and out, was Jenny Ambasu.
Okay.
That's the fact. I would say this. Because his focus was on national. It got to a point where he became even the acting leader of the party. Because of the fracas, the Apple, there were problems like what we are facing today. We were in and out of court with Dr. Koroma. So Okujana Basu take the party. So it was like a focus on national, whilst me being there and then the fight. I'm telling you the truth. You understand? And I always give this to my Northerners in Kono. So because of that, I even form what I call the Northern Alliance inside Kono.
Okay.
Now me form Northern Alliance. And from we a commodity Kono. Because those days, the only support I had were from my Northerners. You understand? And then I begin push them. And another lock gets. My chiefs love me not because of politics.
Okay.
They love me because they see I get respect for them. They love me because they know I'm a family person. You understand? So
you get good heart.
Thank you.
No, but
you know
no, it's okay. Because you get good heart. Just like how you said, it was not all about yourself. You know what I mean? You brought so much developments to Kono. You know what I mean? Because and say first person to go Kono, they take them 3-4 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With you leadership, you know what I mean? You encourage His Excellency and His Professor much more developments to Kono. Which at the end of the day, we thank. People will always be grateful.
They'll always be grateful to Dr. And there was a time when we don't get this company they call Jacob Press. Okay. Every weekend I'll go down to Kono. I'll walk and see what they're doing. We have pictures where they show that. Because when they say to them, listen, we're challenging you this 2 weeks. Okay. We want to come up from this kilometer to that kilometer. And we're going to come to have a look at it. We'll go down and begin to follow them. When the lights come, I was standing there when Dr. Komon put on the lights. So, he has worked, APC don't work for Kono. And the tar, when they remove, before they put this tar, was Shaka Stephen Mama Abu.
Wow.
So when Mama Abu done, the next one will come, and Dr. Komon again, APC again. So when you talk about development in Kono, now APC. So like I said, it was good it happened. And people now don't see the difference. So I just want to assure them that it's not going to be a smooth ride. Far from that. Yeah. But what is good here now is people know the difference. People know now say, yes, listen, we have to be sober, we have to be focused. And if you don't have this, you will have that tomorrow. But what is important is to put Kono first. And so if you have to put Kono first, you have to put all other side, which is a personal issue aside, and take Kono holistically and say, okay, if Kono cannot have this, but Kono can have this. If Kono cannot have that, Kono will be remembered. You understand what I mean? But what is important is APC always gets special liking for Kono. And so it was a rough journey bringing Kono back. But when we brought Kono back, we all see what's happening. APC back. You see,
I believe, say, by the grace of God, come next year, 2020. I'm not saying with your team, you're going to deliver Kono back once more.
Absolutely.
But before we end up quickly, I'd like to just ask one question real quick. National issue. The scarcity of fuel. Now, as I the transition on IASO, they were queues. Line they don't begin come back. It seems like now every 2-3 weeks, lines they come back to the petrol station. We see say come 2018, the dollar was 750,000. Right now, the dollar is 1,800, going to close to 2 million. So with these commodities going up, madam, and you not possibly around, like you go to the market, you see the pain where the average person to go through again, waiting 200,000 people by way gonna market. Basically, it's nothing anymore. What do we have to do as a country? What's that message, Dr. Samuel, for giving people there? So for be like, okay, things that will get better, what kind of power?
I'm happy that you refer this because I almost wanted to say, can we bring Dr. Samura in here right now? Because these are questions, because that is his field. That's like mine. Dr. Samura Kamara will tell you, say, the reason why we have, the fear, scarcity is because of one, yes, we don't say the word day, but we could have done this if it happened this way. You understand? And I'm pretty sure, say, Dr. Samura will begin to talk about in policies. We're not far from that again. Definitely. So I shall say next interviews we'll talk about policies and all of this. As a mother, as a woman going to the market or sending to the market, I want to tell you, say, me and you and the house will be fed every morning. Because they'll come to me and me say, oh, the one bag on your buy yesterday, and the 350. Okay, you don't know? Yes. When I can't go buy 350, no, you don't go 370. I'm like, throw the bag and grow. It don't possible. I said I can't go. And it happened to me one time. But every day when I pick the kind of different price, I said today I go to the supermarket. This laziness I have to stop. I went to the supermarket. When I begin ask a commodity, I can't go to the market and put a road actually. When I ask her, I find out say the price when me meet so waiting and send me that money. Mine was higher. Now I don't go back now. I don't be able to go back to the market today as I promised. So what did you say? How much you say?
Like you are telling you.
So it's across board. I mean, you the sufferer, and I want to believe that even people in governments are also suffering the same. But professionally, I'm not the right person for give solutions to this. But I know Dr. Samura Kamara will be the right person to give us those solutions, and pretty soon you bring them out and start talking about them.
Good. Thank you very much. Now let's try to conclude. So, which confidence would you give the people viewers them, the people of Sierra Leone, come to? I mean, people are not patient enough right now. The election is less than 6 months away. So you, as a stakeholder at the All People's Congress Party, and whose confidence you will give, which supporters them, who viewers them about the upcoming election?
I can only talk to, first of all, let me start first to talk to the comrades and the colleagues. I call them colleagues because we have all been, we don't serve the cabinet for years. And now the rest of the flag bearers, if I may send this directly to them, I know I'm not the best of friends right now. I used to be their darling, I used to be their friend, but from the day where I declared, they thought it was wrong of me for endorse Dr. Samura Kamara. But I'm sure with time we'll get to know. First of all, I want to make them who say, no better pass you government. They're all the same, you understand? And they all deserve for million getter. But at the end of the day, it has to be one person. So if we're given a chance to one and it proves able for do better next time, then why not continue for the other chance thing? So I must apologize if I feel this way that, I did this. But again, I'm saying this, I did it and it was deliberate that I did it because I wanted us to know that we don't get time for begin go, start all over again and begin draw. And we in the East begin for the direction. So I came out and I said, this is where I am. And thank God today, we know that it sits, my Akaka is there and my Akaka will come up again. But I just want to plead to them, all of you. We all have special bond. We all have special relationship. Let us give this man the chance. Let us bring him in. Let us allow him to be the president of Sierra Leone. Because I know giving him the opportunity and no say will make we all proud. And the interesting thing is this, you're all professionals in your own little way. It's a big honor. He will work with you people. Well, I know they can't make promises on his behalf because I don't even know if Mr. Sefi will work with me. But what is important here is he will work for APC. But above all, it will work for Sierra Leone. So I'm begging, please, don't put egos aside, don't put all the issues aside, don't put APC for now, for now we can put Salud first. He needs you. We all need Una. We all, the former leader, if we don't bow out, but just saying his own little corner, he would want to see APC come together. Oh, yeah. He would want to see that. Because now in baby, for this point after Sheki, after Pamamode, now in baby. So he would want to leave APC, in oneness. And so we can only plead that please do it with a big one. Now let we come together. Let we push this man, make he can take me out of all these problems that we're facing right now. And I'll talk directly to the East that the lower level election there, let's go out there and talk to our people. this lower level election is about the grassroots, and that's what I like about APC. APC believe in the grassroots, and that is why we prioritize a lower level election. So you have the power in your hands. Now, they can give the power to the higher. So we focus there on that. We update, to that. Everything about APC right now is centered in the lower level election. So we beg una, and we beg Mamade. And I also want to use this platform for talk to me about Mamade, for talk to all the women in the market areas, and say una osh, and una osh for all the problems that una don't go through necessarily. Una they do one because una believe in it. But una meet in the apple. Una meet woman na market they don't do for shaky. They don't put one cent, 2 cents for make sure say shaky timber and become president of the country. And at them work with them and they be work late and day. That the same stuff to service also right now. Because if we talk about National Stadium, now them and they 1 cent we take give shaky power, make shaky able for build National Stadium. If we talk about you building, and then same money when we put them 1 cent in for make shaky build, the stadium. Not to the money billable, but believing in shaky, they believe and believe shaky. We make a president, now get an opportunity for build. So whatever shaky, the way don't say it can't turn back na market for buy fish. We'll all be the same for shaky do that. So wait till I do so today for Dr. Ernest Micro, for Dr. Samura Kamara. When I don't do for Dr. Ernest Micro yesterday. And I did beg on do. Let me go talk to me, flag bearer. Make the sea reason. Let me give this man this one chance. Make it enter inside and make the change for me. So if we ignore una, we abandon una, we don't come for let me go and for build on a market thing. It's a situation of find myself. When you come out, they say, look, let me do this, let me do that. Now we're supposed to do it. When they go through the problems, now don't go through them already. When I just all, when I ask, when I bear, and let me continue. For let we build the APC, make APC, waiting, we say what made them say what to see. Do ya this lower election on a letter. When I let we go, we vote with this, for let me put the right people there at National Delegates Conference.
Thank you very much, Madam Diana Konomani. For me, it has been a pleasure. Viewers, we're about to conclude. Again, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Madam Diana for coming to the studio. Hopefully, this will not be the last. And I know you're very busy, you're about to go now for the lower levels election. Yeah. But again, we already discussed about women, how women and equality. Well, we also talk about a love for the APC party. We be saying, from smart, you can tell a love for the party. As when I hear it don't play to other aspirants them for the unity of the party, for let there be a peaceful 2023 election. Let's all come together. So again, once more, we can conclude. Thank you very much once more for coming to this wonderful studio, and hopefully we'll see you back really soon.
And thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, viewers. Thank you for listening, and UNASEF continue for support this party, because diaspora, we know how powerful una dey, and we were there in Salona. UNASEF know how powerful we serve there, and how we can able for shake, dance, and fight for when we put, the right person at the right place. So I thank you so much, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks again. Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So you don't see how long I don't did at the APC.
Don't do
Even as a
this
student. Yeah. Immediately after I graduated in 1976, Dr. Shaka Stevens, the then president at the time, saw it fit to appoint me as the first press secretary to the president at State House. I worked with Dr. Stevens for about 2 years. Then one day he called me and advised me, say, Balogun, that's what he called me, say, you're a young man. He said, fine, you're in the State House now, everything is there, will they go applying, will they go overseas? He said, but go try and learn something for your future. Okay. He said, I'd advise you for joining the administration. So he called Abdul Karim, going to be secretary to the president at the time of blessed memory. Then post me in a provincial secretary's office board as assistant secretary. Then the late Jobson Momo was provincial secretary. From there, I served as assistant district officer in Ujem, Moyamba, senior district officer, Potloko, Konom. Then I came back to Freetown, senior assistant secretary in the Ministry of Energy and Power. Later in the Ministry of Transport. The late Edward Cargo was minister in the ministry where later, many years forward, I would become the minister of that same ministry. And then in 1992, while I was head of the Electoral Commission, there was a military coup in Sierra Leone. I left the country after 3 years in 1995 because we've been here for first commissions of inquiry at the time in 1993 to 1994. After that, I go America. I did America for 11 years. I've been a work for American Airlines, and also I've been a work for a company named Aeolink. I decided to come back in 2006 for can join President Koroma for the 2007 campaign, an election which we won. Thereafter, I was appointed Minister of State in the office of the Vice President from 2007 to 2009. Thereafter, I was appointed coordinator for the 50th Independence Anniversary celebrations. Thereafter, in 2012, I was appointed diaspora coordinator and national elections coordinator for the first time in the history of the party. And after we win the 2012 elections, I became Minister of Transport and Aviation, and I also still hold the positions of diaspora coordinator and national elections coordinator until I recently released by the court.
Thank you very much. That's a very, very long resume. It's a very, very long resume. But one thing I pick up, you spent a lot of time coordinating elections. You know, you were also, as you stated, I'm saying, having the election commission, even coming to the runoff on the 2018 election. Now, with a gear up for the 2023 elections, being in position at the 2008 elections as the election coordinator, were there any lessons learned at that time, 2018? We probably, obviously, we know basically good or bad lessons they learned at that time, 2018.
Well, first of all, in 2018, the party did the benefit from the December 5, 1995 Constitution. And that Constitution, they allow for selection. So that Constitution, they served the party very well because it will ensure unity and cohesion within the party. All that kind of boku divisions we will witness now not be there because of that clause there. And that clause there not be mean say that the selection without consultation. It was selection by consultation. But it will reduce the acrimony, it will reduce the division, it will reduce the infighting. Having said that, in 2018, after the selection of Dr. Samuel Kamara, a lot of the other candidates, about 25 or so, we've been disgruntled, they're left-handed. They're not enjoying the campaign with their hearts and minds for support the party. Because some not be like the way things will go. But the president at the time, President Ernest Bai Koroma, now the NAC and the party, they give him the mandate for choose, for select. So he exercised that mandate there, he select. But after that, including some of the people that will be saying, hey, pa, go ahead, you select no more, they're not be like that. So that brings division in the party. And that's one of the reasons that we lost the election. So we for learn from that mistake there. This time, we forget, God willing, we get the 2022 Constitution. We not get selection, not election. So this time around, when they put the ballot box, anybody will emerge as flag bearer, all of the candidates them for throw them weight behind that winner day and go into the election.
So that's a very, very good point. You know, just like you mentioned, after the 2018 selection of Dr. Samuel Koroma, there were many issues then, just like you rightfully stated, whereby some of the aspirants at the time, everybody be 59 time, but with the wisdom of then President and his Koroma decided to choose Dr. Samuel Koroma. So moving forward right now, we're looking forward to the 2023 election. How, from your own position, how will fiscal unity right now? Because APC right now, there's lots of different pockets there. You, from 1973, you've been around APC. That's a very, so you have a passion for APC. How will you unite APC now moving forward to 2023?
Name me one political party that the world will united. 100%. They don't exist. Even the Communist Party of China, even the Workers' Party of Korea, in the communist countries, internal division they. Once in a while you go and say that they pull somebody, come inside meeting, then they execute somebody. So not to talk about the United States of America, or mainland Europe, or the UK and I. Look at how many prime ministers the UK and I don't change in a matter of months. So politics is a power game. And when you fight for power, nobody will go take power again on a silver platter. You have to compete for it. So divisions and competition is an integral part of politics all over the world of democratic principles. So in all new to the APC, go back to the history of the APC. The APC don't always survive in crisis. From 1967 to 1996 to 2002 to 2007. 2007, we did a court until weeks to the election, where the court grantee lift the injunction for that we will hold the National Delegates Convention, where eventually brings Dr. Koroma into power. So divisions go there, but at the end of the day, the common denominator should be the APC. So everybody should revolve around the APC at the end of the day, because the APC is bigger than all of us. The APC is bigger than every candidate. The APC is bigger than every office holder. So the APC is the common denominator, which should bring and unite all of us.
And I like how you don't talk say, and you will be one of the people there for embark for say, once there's an aspirant, a flag bearer come January, you will galvanize all these other aspirants who will follow behind that one.
In fact, it will be mandatory. It will be a party policy. Everybody who will contest for flag bearer, you for sign an undertaking for say you will support whoever win. Because the election, and the election is going to be transparent. It has to be transparent. They never put the ballot box system in full view. If possible, let them be glass ballot boxes, transparent boxes. When they call your name or your district for go vote, you go, you grab, you go, you drop your ballot in full view of everybody. Not get cause for let anybody complain, say, oh, they don't cheat me, oh, they don't hook me. No. When they beat you, they beat you. One thing I can always say, during the SLPP flag bearer election of 2012, I think at the beginning you had about 10 or 11 or 13 candidates. Then go there vote the first round. Some man and one vote you get. Some man and two you get. That here in West vote for themselves. The other man get 3 votes. In West and they vote for themselves. So some man go holla, being a candidate to put the box up, I mean they win this and that. But at the end of the day, when they put the box, sometimes are 2 votes they get. But let it be transparent. Let it be free and fair. Let it be credible. Let it create a level playing field for everybody and give everybody the opportunity to show themselves. And that and only that now will bring unity to the APC going into the 2023 elections?
Thank you very much. I think you talk very openly about the transparency we all foresee, we all expect. Let me ask you a quick question. You were so from 2007 to 2009, you served as the Minister of State, as the then Vice President. You born where from Kono. So what's your relationship with Chief Samsumana, sir?
Excellent. What will be the relationship with your brother? It's going to be excellent. Your brother is your brother. I cannot change the dynamics of my birth. Chief Samsumana is my brother from Kono, and he will remain my brother for life. So we have an excellent relationship. We had an excellent working relationship while I served him as Minister of State, and we still have an excellent relationship up to this day.
So now currently, from then on to you serve, obviously, as your position as then Minister. You were also involved in many cabinet meetings with Dr. Samuel Kamara again. And also, you've been your election coordinator from the election. What's your relationship with Dr. Samuel Kamara?
Equally excellent. Dr. Samuel Kamara is my political brother. In 2018, I personally contributed financially and otherwise to his campaign. I think you can attest to that. Dr. Samuel Kamara is also my Masonic brother. Okay. I'm a Mason, and I'm proud to be a Mason. Despite all the negative things that they say, they don't even know what is going on in there. They just assume.
Many assumptions.
I see people saying it's a cult, it is this. I'm a fervent Christian, and I'm a practicing Christian, and I will not be part of anything that is devilish or cultish. So every man is entitled to his or her ridiculous opinion. So they can say what they may. That is their ridiculous opinion. But the fact of the matter is that Masonry is the brotherhood of man, and it's a brotherhood of humanity. And the core principles of Masonry are faith, hope, and charity. Wherever there is faith, hope, and charity, there is nothing devilish. I can assure you.
That's a very good way you put that. Let's talk about Kono a little bit, sir. Kono now, Kono is being considered a swing state. You have stakeholders from Kono, yourself, you have Diana Konomani, you have Yambasu, you have then Vice President, you have other people. But at the same time, it seems like there are some differences in Kono. There's a little bit of factions here, factions there, factions there. Wait till una get to do for unite Kono, for let all these other people inform. Because if una the stakeholders divide, then the people we una they represent also be divided.
Name one district we don't get divisions.
But right now,
Local, Gambia.
But una piece like the pie is very important.
Agree. We are a swing state. Yeah. And look at the history of Kono. First of all, in 1962, Chief Songo Biwa, the late of blessed memory, was the political leader of the Kono people. And Shaka Stevens thought it fit to make an alliance with him. Why? Because Dr. Shaka Stevens has more association with Miniland than with Kono. But he decided in his wisdom to make an alliance with Kono because he had seen the political dichotomy in the country. There are 6 districts in the southeast that you would say principally are Mende districts. I'm not being tribalistic.
I understand, yeah.
I'm just giving you the politics of the country as it is. Bo, Moyamba, Bot, Pujeon, Kenema, and Kala. Okay? Kono, nevertheless, it is in the southeast. It is a swing state.
It's a standalone state.
Kono follows their political leaders. They followed Chief Sambubiwa in the 60s. They followed the late Abu Koroma in the DPP, and thereafter they followed Chief Samsumana, whether you like it or not. Chief Samsumana in 2018, his party, by then C4C, won 8 out of 9 seats in Konom. This is the reality of the situation. And if politicians fail to accept political realities and facts, then they are doomed to failure. So as far as I'm concerned, we should unite Konom. And to a very large extent, as I speak now, we are united in Konom. We are not 100% united, but we are 95% united. You can find out for yourself. And it is imperative that we unite Konom, and unite Konom also further with the APC going into the 2023 elections. Because we cannot afford to have divisions in Konom going into the elections. We don't want to repeat what happened in 2018. We know what happened in 2018 when Konom was not with us for one reason or the other. So therefore, we should all go out and find ways to unite Konom with the APC.
So in your own position, sir, in your own position as APC and also from Konom, so how will you do that? To unite APC and the Konom people?
Okay. First of all, we have to look at the principal players going into the 2023 elections. Of course, there is Dr. Samuel Kamara, who was the flag bearer for 2018. There is the Big Six, as they call themselves, several presidential aspirants. There are others, the AUKs of this world, the Dr. Kefala Mara, the Mohamed Sisse, and a host of others. Yes. This is not deliberate that if I leave out any of the names. Cake to share if we win the elections. There's more than enough to go around. Only one person will win. Only one person is going to become the flag bearer. So what are we fighting for? And in that vein, I had made efforts. I had made personal efforts. I visited Dr. Samuel Kamara. I visited his campaign chairman, Lassana Fadika, who happens to be my friend, on several occasions. I visited Dr. Sam Sisse, and for each of those visits, I had the blessings of Chief Samsumana, who is my brother. He told me, go ahead and talk to these people in the interest of the party.
So how were those discussions?
Those discussions went on well until it got to a stage wherein, the two were supposed to meet, and then you had obstacles in the way. You had people who didn't like it for one reason or the other, so they created political obstacles. But I'm not giving up.
Good.
And one of the reasons why I'm here today is to continue to preach that unity, that cohesion among not only Chief Samsumana and Dr. Samuel Kamara, but also among all of the flag bearer aspirants of the APC party.
I think it's very thoughtful of you, and also it's a very good, bold step forward in terms of bringing these so-called big guns together. Because without all these guys, all these aspirants coming together, APC, it would be a challenge. Because the people look forward to some of you guys, to some of you stakeholders, for us to bring the party together, and looking forward to the 2023 election. Let me, this program is a Creole program, so we just started speaking English. It's because of the viewers.
Oh, I don't go back to Creole.
Yes, because of the viewers, so because we have people from different.
Okay.
So briefly, now we're coming on the 10th.
This time we will not ever delete members then from voters register. I think that the first time this will need a say that quantum of people have been deleted. But to some extent, the head of the Electoral Commission, Sir Mohammed Kone, don't accept the problems there in that area. A lot of CSOs and other groups, they not confront them on, let it give the reason why you delete that substantial number of 250,000 voters, and there has been no acceptable response as of now. So let us just hope that they will adequately address that issue, as he said in a press release where he issued recently.
Yeah, because for me, Mr. Koroma, I mean, my own great concern is the election 2018 was only decided by 90 to 91,000 votes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now, coming into this election now, 251, roughly 3 times the numbers of votes will be beside election have been deleted.
Yes.
And once we analyze the numbers and really well, we saw that it came from the so-called APC strongholds. Like Western area took a huge hit.
Yeah.
We see the North also took a huge hit. So I'm not sure if it's for just taken openly or there's something more to it.
Well, that matter is inconclusive. As I say, it has been challenged, it has been criticized. Several bodies, whether electoral bodies, other parts of the world, don't raise issues with that, and they not ask the Electoral Commission for an explanation, an acceptable explanation. And I think, say, all man, they wait, let us be patient, wait patiently, and see how we can resolve that issue. And I hope, say, they will be magnanimous enough for correct that.
Thank you very much. I just want to come to this other a quick area whereby, since APC, whether they lost power or they take power, whatever you want to believe, it's about one court case to another court case. One court case, another court case. Then now, we don't know what's with this right now. In terms of, first we get Peter Quentin now, where they say I just want to know which now you've used them, this court case or another court case. Is it because some of these, they not get sentimental attachments to APC? Because I can find that very difficult to say. Somebody like you, that since in the 70s, you went to APC, you stood up for APC Day from college. You will hesitate not to take APC in a court, whereby you will come to one of the big one there and will knock it, will left go. You understand it? So I just want to know which time you use them with all these APC.
Well, in politics, you have all sorts and conditions of men. You get all kinds of people in politics. And APC are a grassroots party, not an elitist party. APC is the party of the traders, the market women, the fishermen, the farmers, the Okada riders, taxi drivers. Shaka Stevens was a trade unionist in the 60s. And Shaka Stevens at one stage, or throughout his life as a trade unionist, money not to be the focus. He be the advocate for the workers there. So, and then people have been contribute small money for make the party. What he be? Till Shaka Stevens became mayor of the town, till Shaka Stevens became prime minister of the country, and later president. As I say, politics is our game. Not a bed of roses. Not even down somebody can. Me and you, the fight for this phone. There's going to be a struggle. But as you rightly say, it will be better if we're able to resolve with differences among ourselves than going to court. But in a democratic dispensation also, people get right for go to court. But we will hope that common sense will prevail. But at the same time, when APC can win election, na boku court case.
So
look at the history of the party.
Now so I get former Attorney General there, so Frank Kago, ASF teach over the same thing, whereby APC since 1967, where we say President Sheikh Stephen Komodo, the Olana Seven Komodo, they go with the election. So in back, try for put affairs and down say probably it's for the better. Some of these challenges, these internal challenges.
So at the end of the day, everybody at the APC see reason why we for come together, why we for put we personal issues aside and come together for the unity of the party going into 2023.
Good. So now let's talk about going into 2023. Magistrate Judge Fisher don't say at least by the 29th of January, if we don't get to flag bearer. You said several advocates say we need transparency. People don't know exactly what they go on coming to the January 29th. Okay. What does APC needs to do for win this election?
3 things. Number 1, unity. Number 2, unity. Number 3, unity. We have to be united.
And could I
if we not unite, how can we go into such a critical elections as a divided party? As a divided party. No, we should be united if we are to win.
And I'm aware for some of the reach out, what Dr. Smart reach out to so many of the major players then, you know, I can go ahead and call them, but they don't really make a conscious effort to really reach out and have a conversation with some of the major players there, some of these aspirants there too. You likely say that everybody get it right for who now whosoever the convention get to take place. So let there be, the voting get to take place. Whereby ballots will be, and put ballots and done, everybody go cast and vote, and whoever now the winner go to match, and we believe say with some of Funayon, big one in the party, now we'll go galvanize everybody again for push everybody in the right path. Briefly, I just want to change something quick. Right now in this country, fear business is a problem. We cannot, and you are once the Minister of Transport, so you have a lot to do with that. What's the issue with this fear increase?
First of all, let Dr. Samoa reach out more.
Okay.
Let continue to reach out. Let the other flag bearers, aspirants, then continue to reach out. I mean, they read something about the new president of Kenya,
Okay.
William Ruto. He came from very humble beginnings. During his campaign, William Ruto hold over 3,000 meetings. 3,000 meetings at all levels. So he reached out more than 4,000 times. Today he's the president of Kenya. When you know what you want, and you reach out. You know the time to reach out and bring everybody together. And you don't give up on anybody.
I don't think so. I don't think say at this point.
You know they give up on anybody. You bring everybody on board. So Dr. Samoa Kamali tried. But let's do more.
Okay.
Let's do more.
I know say Dr. Samoa.
And let the other flag bearers themselves do more.
Yeah, because there's only. Just like I say, that in one way he wants, so I get for do the most of the reaching out, and just like I say, I'm aware that you don't try for reach out.
That one what you wanted. If you don't see other people, they want to see.
Well, that's true. It's a very competitive.
It's a political reality.
That's true. So hopefully, then there will be a time whereby I think pull ahead to prevail.
Yeah.
If even it takes after the January 29th final date, whereby somebody will demand whereby we all can sit down
in the interest of the party. And by the way, you said they run for the position of deputy national.
Yes. Abuwan APC, because Abuwan first candidate inside, but I saw the flyers. I'm like, okay, I think we all on that instead of enjoy the race. I'm not surprised with the background where you get. I mean, you've been around for a long time. So sometimes somebody like you, we don't affect all this party since the 70s, since college days. So it's only right, probably, you aspire for what you want to aspire for, and let yourself people achieve. So briefly, since this camp, so why you aspire for such a position?
Well, I don't work for the APC all my life. I don't serve in all capacities, what I don't mention to you just now. I don't want to repeat them, in administration, in politics. I take the APC diaspora from a few branches to 30 branches, over now, in Asia, in Africa, in continental Europe, in UK and I, in North America, from a few to 30. Very few in 1992, after the coup d'etat. Now they will start, UK and I. Go to the United States, where I was president of the Washington Metropolitan Chapter of the APC. Come back to the elections. So now we look around. I don't say other people then they go self get their own credentials, but I think I get a very good credential in administration, in political experience, and above all, loyalty and commitment and consistency to the APC for serve as the next Deputy National Chairman.
That's a very good pitch, I must say. You talk about the diaspora as there. The diaspora is a very, very huge sector when it comes to this election. And I think the people can just say no more and just start for support diaspora. But as you been in that position, in terms of coordinating them, bringing them, so what's some of the importance really of these diaspora groups them coming to this election or coming to an election?
The most important thing is that they are the breadwinners of millions of mouths in the country. Look at the African diaspora, look at the quantum of remittances, where they send to the people there, where they send for development purposes, building clinics, building schools, building roads, not only in Sierra Leone, but in so many African countries. I mean, also they read a statement by the president of the ADB, the Nigerian Dr. Adesemi or something, and when he calculates the amount of remittances when they come to Africa every year, he said maybe you don't see the reasons why they ask for foreign aid. So the diaspora is very important, and they are a key voice because all they need for do now for phone them people them back in the towns and villages and give them reason why they for vote for the party of the common man, of the ordinary man, of the grassroots, which is the APC. So they're very important. The diaspora. Now make even the courts don't recognize them. And they put them now by every committee will involve the APC activities. The PPRC don't recognize them. Everybody don't recognize them. And I'm also proud for being part of transforming the APC diaspora into the 6th region of our party. It happened under my watch. Of course, it was a collaborative effort. Not only one doer, but I played a key role, a vital role, and I'm very proud of that. And now there's strong competition for the position of diaspora regional chairman.
I know that you'll be very influential at that position.
Well, I made friends. All I can say is that I made a lot of friends all over the globe. And I have a fan club now, which is Global Friends of Logos Koroma, with the UK and I, with the continental Europe, with the Africa, with the Asia, with the North America and Canada. So I get very strong links that the APC diaspora, but I worked for it over 10 years. Worked very hard for it.
I think that's why they will be very grateful to somebody like you, putting, increasing the number of different branches all around the world for this. Quick one, I'll bring you back to Kono. What message do people from Kono need to hear for us APC to increase the numbers of votes from Kono?
Well, the message we they would like for you is that one of their own is recognized and given a level playing field by the party. And I know what Kono people want. They don't say give anybody undue advantage or give anybody an unfair advantage. but create a level playing field for everybody, including sons and daughters of Kono, which is a necessary part of the winning equation for the APC party. In my view, of course, you will get the one in APC who will say, oh, we don't need Kono.
No, I think every sensible person will realize we need Kono, but at the same time, that's why we have also have a constitution whereby we each and every APCian will follow. So that's why we have that's why we have the constitution with BC with all the rights to follow and read and follow that thing. Now I just ask you another question. What's your relationship with His Excellency and His Koroma?
Excellent. Meaning they communicate by WhatsApp, social media. Occasionally we talk. Just recently I was in McKinney. Okay. If you see on social media, me and him sing the birthday song for her. Okay. And we cut the cake together. Okay. And we had lunch, birthday lunch. And after that, I returned back to Freetown. By the way, President Koroma and the college mates. Okay. We are in Fuabe College together. And he know me record at Fuabe College for the APC party. And he know me record at the APC party thereafter. And while they run for the position of Deputy National Chairman, I go meet him at McKinney. I go tell him first as the big man or the former big man of the party.
Yeah, I think there's always be a big man at the party.
Well, a big man at the party, although they can't say, well, not in the former position.
Yeah, but you know.
But major stakeholder at the party. Now a big man at international circles and the whole world, and we're very proud of her.
I think even recent we see her in Nigeria.
Yeah, we're very proud of her record and in recognition that the whole of Africa, West Africa, among ECOWAS states, now we get blessing. We get blessing. And we hope we will continue to bring laurels. Talking about Kono, let me go back to Kono. One thing we need is support as Logos Koroma. I want to make that clear in this program. I support the return of Chief Samsumana as a member of the APC. I support that wholeheartedly in the wider interest of the party and in the interest of unity and cohesion and the inclusion of Kono going forward into 2023. Me not they say we Samsumana come back as flag bearer of the party. No, because we don't say that election. Okay? The new constitution say election. And I think Chief Samsumana and the board himself understand that and he realized that for saying an election. But all what we want as Kono people is a level playing field for everybody. In politics, every vote counts. Everybody counts. You cannot discard anybody. Now you self talk just now about the small margin with which the last election was won. So the APC needs everybody on board, including Chief Samsumana.
I think, Chief Samsumana was once APC, and it's always going to be an APC. And I also think, the APC party as a whole will always welcome him back. I think, just because of how, we will be present now, we will adopt the new constitution, whereby people voted in, if and when somebody step out from the party, you have to take another 5 years. I think that's the only stumbling block or whatever it may be for Chief Samsumana. I think once that clause within the APC constitution, once I think Chief Samsumana, the 5 years elapsed, I think we will open.
The 5 years for what? For come back and the party?
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but until that date to the interpretation of the courts, and Justice Fisher recently addressed that in the latest ruling. So now we left that to the courts where they address that.
I agree. And see, we get the Magistrate Fisher. Hopefully, we will come up with
Justice.
Sorry, sir. Justice Fisher. Judge Fisher, Magistrate Fisher, one part there. I think are seriously sorry for that. So, Mr. Koroma or Uncle Logos, let's come back to the national issues right now, if you may, about the increase in the average commodities they offer people at this country. Now, with the CC less, where you be in power, will be when you're not the Minister of Transport, rest maybe for the bag was like 250.
Yeah.
Clearly now, rest able to 600, climbing up. Here, at the time, we all know how much fuel BD compared to now. You go the average commodities just the skyrocket at the country right now. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, it's not good for the country, it's not good for the people. We therefore realize, say, however, that we economy based on the dollar exchange rate because we import most of the domestic commodities. Unfortunately, we are not a farming nation at this stage to the extent that we're able to feed the population with staple food when I rest. We're not able to progress. Successive governments not able to meet that threshold. So we for try by all means for meet that threshold. Because now the dollar is a runaway dollar. And it affects Sierra Leone adversely, maybe even more than neighboring countries in the sub-region. More than Guinea, more than Liberia. For the first time in history, Guinea currency stronger than the Leone.
It's almost a double now.
Exactly. So something has to be done. You know, during our administration, the administration of President Koroma, some of the essential commodities like fuel and rice were being subsidized. They've been subsidized for cushioning the effect on the people. Because our people are suffering. That is a reality. We they suffer. Because you know, say now we need a long bench, we need opposition, we need a long bench.
Opposition not easy.
Right? And opposition not easy. So you have to cut down on your movements then. If you be the they go Kono maybe every 2 weeks or every other week and they Kono up and down. You know, now going to Kono and back will cost me over 5-6 million, maybe 10 million leons.
Yes.
So I get for cut down on the number of times why they go Kono or go see me people there. You know, and I also get for cut down on extracurricular activities. Dining out, occasionally you go take your wife, or I go out, and I go take dinner, and I go out, or I go socialize, or things like that, or maybe go on a vacation. Those are now things of the past because they are not easily affordable in a situation where you change $1 for 1,850,000 conservative. So it hits everybody. And I shall say the President, His Excellency President Bio, himself been done in some of the interviews, acknowledged 8 times are hard. He acknowledged that. And we get credit for that. Say at least he acknowledged that. But we hope say he will go also further but try for address them in any way.
So now I like I end up in your way. So coming June 24th of 2023, once APC come back in power, how some of these issues will be addressed?
Well, first of all, you see, one of the credits where APC government gets, look at the history, is we open up the country to investors more than we counterparts in the SLP. That is a fact. Under our administration, 2012 to 2018, we had scores of investors who were coming into this country meaningfully. We can invest meaningfully. Okay, maybe at present, the world economic situation not allow that for the happen, but also it just not happen. Maybe because of local circumstances, maybe for other reasons unknown to us. But I want to assure you, say, on day one of the next APC administration, you will see investors then come back to this country in droves.
I believe say
we sabi how for woo them. We sabi how for bring them. Then now with DNA. Development is in the DNA of the APC party.
And some of the developments made by personally you, we also saw the expansion of the ports. You know, with the external
you're building another party, eh?
Yeah, when they build another party, and you know, somebody like you know, within an office, now all push down the two NCP where I used to work at, for make sure they give kudos to you on
and
that.
then the airport modernization.
Yeah, so there was a lot of things we were able to do and cover. Another something around you discuss of one more small power. At the end of the day, you still a grassroots politician. We all, I don't have the numbers, the statistics numbers, but we all don't see the increase in the number of illegal drugs used or what and systems there. We saw videos of people being high, falling. We don't see the dismissal of the people from the military, from the police. We don't see the guy by them high on coach accidents in the afternoon. What advice as a father will you give to the brother and sister? They must up to brothers and sisters with this illegal uprise in drugs.
First of all, let's find out the cause of the problem. Frustration and hopelessness.
High unemployment also, I believe.
Hopelessness because me know graduates that we don't come off from a college 4 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago. They don't get job. There is no hope for them. This is not a new situation. Not of us say now that SLPP no more, this don't happen. It also was happening to some extent under the APC. But although it don't worsen now, it don't intensify, it don't exacerbate. So some of these youngsters, they don't get place for time. Some of them don't get 3 square meals a day. So they are frustrated. So what's the result to? Temporary relief. And that temporary relief, they could take push or drugs, then go high, then sleep at it. You see, say, even members of the forces who see on social media, army man and they take push, policeman and they take push. These are people who are in employment. So what now for the people that we don't get employment? If you pass NPC Road Nanette, coming towards Street Church, you will see hundreds of people that they don't have it. And then they sleep. That's their home. On the linen side. So let God help you. Let God help the country. Let God help the government and succeeding governments from able to address the issue affecting our youth.
Thank you very much. Last, probably not the least question. Do you think back in 2018, with His Excellency Dr. Nesbai Kumar selecting Dr. Samoa as the flag bearer 2028, was it a good decision then? Was it the best candidate among the rest?
In 2018?
Yes.
By President Koroma's assessment, it was the best. Okay. And also, in terms of the voting population, you said we don't talk about how small the margin was. Mm-hmm. So therefore, it was not a bad choice. Okay? And at the party being given President Koroma the mandate for them to choose in conformity with our operating constitution at the time.
Correct.
The 1995 constitution, where I say served the party very well during Ion time. But now Ion time don't pass.
Definitely.
This is the era of social media. This is the era of democracy. This is the era of where people then question every single thing what they do. When you be careful, self, let you not go to the wrong place, then go snap you the next minute you say I'm on social media.
You smile bad self and go after
exactly. So, so the world has changed. Social media has changed the world. So we hope say everybody will adapt. Social media they hold the government to account. A lot of people say no more now this government and they hold to account. any government will come in power in the future will be held even more accountable, very high standards than is being done now. Just as you see in other parts of the world, in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, in so many parts of the world. This is the new trend. It's a new political trend.
Thank you very much, Boss Logos, Mr. Koroma. I just want to give you final word to Ovias them, with APC members there, people there waiting at the fence, because at the end of the day, 2023 June is not too far ahead. We all can say APC need for a redeem salon. That's what I believe. It's not so much about whoever, but APC has a responsibility, because the way the country is going out, so there are things that are being difficult, the challenges there with salon they face. It's not about APC anymore, it's about redeeming the country itself. So I don't know if you wanted this opportunity for talk to reviewers there, if there's hope for the 2023, and just keep everybody in a unity.
So first of all, let we try for unite the party. Issues that they now will divide we at the party. The issue of this flag bearer business, the divide we. The issue of Konom and the return of Chief Samsumana as a member of the APC, it is divide we, whether you like it or not. So all lengthy there will divide we at the party. They will unite. The reason we make a kaya today at this studio, this is not Dr. Samuel Kamara in studio.
Correct.
Not so?
Yes, sir.
Like office this, not so?
Correct.
But I decide for kaya, for demonstrate, say, I look for peace and unity and for unify the party. So let other people follow the example. Let not begin say, this man I know they go to her because of this person I know they talk to her because of X, Y, Z. No. Then divisions, they permeate. Where we the leaders then demonstrate them, we follow as themselves, they follow suit. Then themselves they design. Then we bring everybody together and tell them, say, this new constitution we will get, a democratic constitution. The only thing we make sure say the person who they support, when they put the ballot box, go vote for her. And the election where they hold, sometimes a stadium they go hold. They put all things like how they do in Nigeria.
Yeah, because that's what they want in Nigeria too.
They put all things, you they see.
Camera everywhere.
So when they beat you, you don't go say they hold you. You don't go say they hold you. Now that moment will redeem the party. But if we try for discourage people, for say no, you don't belong here, now. I know they talk to you because of that. I know they support you because of that. That will make we lose votes. That will bring everybody together. Then we go to the election united. Let's go to the convention united. Who are winning? Win. Me they run for deputy chairman of the party. I believe myself and I believe my credentials. But a political game, you either win or you lose. Just like the flag bearer. So whoever lose or shake the hand of the candidate will win. You congratulate her and you work with her going forward in the interest of the party.
Thank you very much. I think one thing we don't exhaust now these studio things about peace, unity for the party, and how as a whole, as APC as a whole, if we come together, I think we have enough numbers there to win the coming up 2023 election. I just want to say briefly, hopefully, you will be the intermediary for fiscal chief. Some money as soon as this studio, so you can motivate and invite our way for come at this studio.
Well, now that's one of the reasons make a kaya today.
Exactly. So we're very peaceful.
And Chief Samsumana and my brother.
Yeah.
And I tell her say the kaya, and I get him blessing. He said, "Go ahead, Dr. Samuel himself knows say the kaya."
Everybody knows the kaya. The flags were out.
This is how it should be.
Yeah.
Let nobody not be a taboo. Let no area not be a no-go area for the party. If not so, we go divide ourselves. We will divide ourselves. Like how they say on social media, some people they say they want to affect the election card. No, don't affect the election card. Please, let us set aside our differences We must have differences.
Definitely.
Because as I said, politics is a power game. Nobody will go give power on a silver platter. Nobody will.
I agree with that. Again, so I say thanks again to you. Hopefully, this will be the last time having you at this studio. So
it won't be, because I did pursue my peace efforts, I did pursue my unifying efforts. So you are going to see more of me.